Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Don't fuck with me right now.
Hey pretzels, welcome back to the tripod. So this week I would like to get TNA out of the way, not disrespectfully, just respectfully. I want to talk about two things. One, um, the by elegance women were my highlight of this past week's Impact Wrestling. They actually
It
put
was looking slutty.
a good match, good tag match. Heather and Ash by Elegance pull out a victory. Also, big ups to the A, the B, the C, man. That's right. Chris Bay is walking. He's on his feet and walking, and he did disclose what happened. He was paralyzed from his neck down, which is extremely scary. Give the man respect for keeping his medical, his personal information private as it should be. But the man is well on his way to recovery. All praise be to God on that he's okay because that's a scary thing to come back from. But gentlemen, do you have any TNA thoughts of the week, Caesar?
Mm, Not really. So I'm gonna get two things out the way first.
All right.
One, Sticks, this is the wrong month to be wearing that shirt. You see the online allegations. Uh, it says I'm a Paul Levesque guy, so Triple H is racist. Uh, two, since it is Black History Month, I'm wearing my one of one gravy ass juice. Shout out to Bretsky, uh, the only other white man who can celebrate 6 days in Black History Month because black people and Jews are the only two people who have their own food that white people can't cook, you know, and like fucking fat white women. You damn right. You damn right. So, Bresky, you enjoyed the 23rd to the 28th, you bitch, of Black History Month. Um, no. All jokes aside. I thought we were going to start with some bullshit and I would be able to say those jokes earlier. But all jokes aside, the main event, EY versus the Walking Weapon was a pretty good match. Two legends who have been in the game, the TNA game, for a long time. Respect to those two gentlemen, and I mean, this mean we gonna get the Walking Weapon on maybe some NXT next week. I don't know. Maybe is he just gonna re-sign on TNA? Is he
Nope.
going to AEW?
It's the worst case scenario, Caesar.
What's going on?
Yeah, he's all elite.
Oh, that nigga going to All Elite? Damn, that nigga gonna get hurt again. Good luck to you, nigga. I mean, hey, you know what? You know what though? You know what though? Could possibly get more him and Beer Cheese Osprey matches. So as a wrestling fan, that's something we can look forward to
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, that's true.
Him and Kenny Omega, possibly. I mean, him and Cal Fletcher. There's some people over there. Him and Swerve. Him and Hangman. I mean, MJF wrestles too slow, so we don't care. But I'm just saying. There is some possibilities. Let's take every dark cloud and remember there is a silver lining around that bitch. And possibly could make it rain with money so we can get some of those matches.
So my thoughts on the main event of Impact this week. I understand why it happened, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Josh Alexander, I can respect the fact that he wanted to make it more story based and put over the young guys and EY, but I was expecting possible match of the year contender, which I did not get, which is fine because it leaves it open ended. So he has some unfinished business and impact as well. So when he does or if he does return, he can go ahead and settle that score with EY. But Sticks, any closing thoughts on anything TNA this week?
Yeah. I thought for a show, generally it wasn't a bad show. Like you said, the Women of Elegance are starting to come together as a legit knockouts tag team. So they have that going. Masha Slatovich, Savannah Evans. It wasn't a horrible match. When you have a smaller lady like Masha and a bigger lady like Savannah, I mean, you're already fighting an uphill battle. There was a few botches here and there. We had the Tessa Blanchard looking in the background, shot going on. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into like what you other two gentlemen have talked about the main event, and the little musings afterwards. I didn't mind the main event, like you said. Josh, I mean, they worked it in for the storyline. I guess I would have liked to seen maybe McLean come out to keep furthering his uh angle in the storyline, because obviously him and EY, we saw a lot. I mean, we saw last week with his issue with that. You knew, I mean, you had to know Josh was going to probably put over EY and those guys. I mean, it's your last match out the door, so he's gonna do what he can to help do that. I think he posted a picture afterwards of him in the ring, and everybody from the locker room came out to essentially give him a goodbye. So that was a nice little fitting for that. I mean, the guy will go down on his way out the door as the longest reigning heavyweight champion. Didn't lose it. I mean, he had to give it up for injury. That we had talked about that before. It sucked with that, but I mean, we have talked about that. I knew this from the breadcrumbs of information coming out that he was probably going to go to AEW because he had hired the same agent that Kenny Omega had. And then it broke out, I think, either this morning or maybe late last night. You can take this with a grain of salt. With everybody's favorite Meltzer said that it was coming down to WWE and AEW, but he was going to go with the place that gave him the most money for him to secure financially for his family, which we all know that Tony Khan has Tony Khan had his dad's black card, so he's going to whip that out for anybody and all free agents. I hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. I hope he doesn't have like a hot run on AEW TV for a month, and the next thing you know, he's the only way you're going to be able to watch him is if you get a Honor Club. I hope he doesn't become a Ring of Honor exclusive talent, because that would really suck. You get the Kurt Angle references. The guy's very technically sound, great wrestler. Doesn't have any, if not any, issues of botches or hurting people in wrestling matches. So I would like to think that companies hold that highly. I would have liked it if he maybe would have connected with his boy Oego, ask him how the insides of the Fed worked, like especially of NXT, because NXT is now, we're going to touch on it, is becoming hot, like legit hot. It's becoming like a standalone brand that a lot of people are like, hey, I don't need to worry about main roster. Or go to NXT. They got a main television deal. You still have PLEs on the Peacock. You still get a little bit of a crossover, because I think, was it Roxanne's got an Elimination Chamber match tonight? I mean, you still get call-ups to be able to show up on Raw or SmackDown to do that, to get eyes on the brand. I would have liked him to, even if the money wasn't drastically off, which I'm assuming sometime down the road, maybe we'll find out current financials. It's just like what I've talked about with like Jay White, our favorite.
But he could have called the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, he's got
on the main roster.
Now, I mean, I don't know if you could say if he could have talked to EY, because I mean, EY's bad experience was when a certain other man was running WWE, not when we have the current racist guy running it. But I mean, there's a lot of people could ask. I think he would have got, like Ethan talked about with him, he got a better chance. Plus, Ethan would could have told him the differences between two companies. Like we are legit seeing that with the stardom and the rising, and even post championship run of All Ego. He's still in a story that gets him on TV. He still gets good enough TV time that keeps you fresh in a lot of fans' minds. So I don't want to say I'm disappointed because I mean the guy got the bag. You got to do what you got to do for your family. So go do that. I'm just worried as a fan that I'm going to see him once a month and it's not going to be in great situations and he's going to end up on a Ring of Honor. So,
Yeah, true. I
Well,
mean, it could
like
happen.
Cesar said, we got to try and find the silver lining in this darkness that is spreading. But hey, he can be put on bangers and matches, and when he gets injured, eventually he'll still get the paycheck.
They'll
But
still get the check. That's what I'm saying.
but now that I was excited to talk about Chris Bay on his feet. Now that we got the TNA stuff out of the way, now we can get into some bullshit because now we can get into the entertainment side of things. Gentlemen, last week, Stick said he's got a long queue of movies to catch up on, and I have been curious. Sticksy drip drip. What movies did you dive into this past week?
I didn't dive into any just for the fact that with work and then
All
I
right, we
start.
do what we do best here. Big
My
up.
nigga. Yeah, don't do
Well,
no homework.
I
Fuck
didn't
this
start
place.
vacation till Saturday. I reconnected with a buddy on Saturday, and when I talk about Saturday, it was like late Saturday. Like he came over at midnight, and he was gone at 6 in the morning because he had to go back home. And that's how he's still on his night owl schedule. I obviously am a night owl because I work overnight. I mean, these guys can attest to how hard it is to get a reply from me to do a podcast on a Monday on a night on one of my nights off. So no, I don't go back to work till this Thursday. Typically, I let the DVR do all the wrestling, and I catch up on wrestling on Sundays. So probably starting tonight, depending on how bad it gets weather-wise here and how cold. We got about a couple inches of snow here in Iowa today. It's supposed to get down to like negative 31 with the wind chill. So I got to go out and make sure my vehicle can start, and it's going
Yeah.
to be able to start within the next couple of days. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to watch some movies. The one I'm going to talk to you guys about. I haven't watched. I'm interested to see. I think it's called Heretic. It's the Hugh Grant movie
Yes.
where he plays.
Yes.
I am very. That is one I am for sure getting in tonight. Between
What's that movie
jumping in
called?
and out.
It's great.
What's
It's
that?
called
What's it
Heretic.
called?
Heretic.
Heretic.
Yeah, with
What is it on?
it was on pay-per-view, Amazon.
Yeah, I end up renting it for I think like $5 or $6. I got it off of the Fandango at home. That's how I get a lot of my new movies. I'll end up renting them. I'm probably gonna end up renting. I think the one you guys talked about, The Substance. I
Yeah.
see that's on there. I'm probably gonna end up renting that. I'm debating on whether or not to drop the $9 or $10 to rent Craven, just because I'm kind of okay. Well, I don't need to worry about that.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What?
Don't rent
I
that
watch
shit.
garbage, man. Hey, I think I've told you guys what I do for fun on my Sunday, Monday nights. I jump on the Peacock and watch B-rated horror flick. I think we talked about this last week.
It's a good for a
I
laugh.
seek
It's
this.
good for a laugh.
I seek this stuff out. So
Well, I look forward to hearing your reviews next week, but knowing Sticks, he's gonna push play. He's gonna see the Universal Open and his power is gonna go out. But Cesar, my man, what have you been watching these past 7 days?
I've been watching a lot of anime, so I've been getting back on my anime grind. So I've been watching a lot of that. I did go see Captain America.
Okay.
Because nigga Captain America, Black History Month. I had to see it. I didn't even see it opening day. I saw it the night before, nigga. That's how deep I was in them streets. I'm gonna get the don't listen to these crackers that have social media and tell you about the movie. Go see it. The movie's about a 7, okay? It's a good 7. The action scenes are dope. The fight scenes are good. I will tell you it's crazy because when you watch some things and you hear these motherfuckers complain about some shit, It does have some faults. There's like four different ways the movies could have gone, and they didn't give it enough screen time for shit to develop
Okay.
for certain things. Right? They put like they put like with the characters in it. Like, of course, Anthony Mackie's going to get the most screen time because it's a Captain America movie and he's Captain America.
Hmm.
Right? All the side characters, from like the stories they were trying to tell with it, they do feel a little incomplete. But if you haven't watched other movies and stuff like that, or the TV show, then you get why they feel incomplete. So, like, if you're coming to it raw, just watching Marvel movies, like, you're just like, oh, okay, okay. And then, like, of course, the President Harrison Ford is played by Thaddeus Ross, was in the original Hulk movie where he ended up fighting Abomination in Harlem, like from 2011. Except Harrison Ford is taking over that role. So you have to think of like the old guy who was in that, his performance and who he is, and equate that to like Harrison Ford for him to be a complete character for you. There's a guy from Falcon and there's a couple people from Falcon and Winter Soldier who show up in this movie. So like you can get their entrances in Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show that was on Disney Plus, to see how they are, in the movie, and that makes more sense, you know what I'm saying, of how they are who they are. So and even like Captain himself, you don't feel the gravity of his character till like the last like 15 minutes of the movie. I'm just trying to say you without spoilers. I know some people don't like spoilers, some people do. But like it really hits heavy in the last 15 minutes of the movie, like in one scene where like him and the Mexican guy he was with in Falcon and Winter Soldier, because he's in this movie, like him and that guy are kind of like mentor mentee in this movie, and you don't feel the weight of like his character putting it on the mentee character until like the last 10 minutes, because they seem like friends throughout the whole movie because they have good banter and they work together well and all shit like that, but you don't feel like the weight of like what they're fucking doing until like the last 10 minutes.
I have
And
a
like that should
question.
have been expressed like throughout the whole movie for like Anthony Mackie's character.
Hmm.
Because when you hear that part and you go back and like think about the whole movie, you're like, damn, that nigga was doing this, and he was doing this, and he was doing this, and been like he's just a guy doing this, but you don't feel that weight until like that last 10 minute scene that they have together, and you're like, that should have been expressed more throughout the movie to make it feel more real and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like that's the only faults I have with the movie. It's just like everybody needed more screen. It shouldn't have been an hour and a half. That movie should have been like 2 hours, but they probably didn't feel like people would want to go see it for 2 hours to get that extra shit. Um, and
Were
then yeah, so
were there one or two post-credit scenes?
one.
Okay, okay. Good, because I hate having to wait to the very end and it's
But
just
yeah,
the screen just
it's
goes out.
no, it's at the very end though.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
To be honest with you, I would just look it up online. I wouldn't wait for it because it really doesn't give you anything.
Okay.
If anything, it's like the Iron Man. It's really like the Iron Man 1 post credit story. It's just because they even talk about it and tease it throughout the movie, and it's still kind of what's going on. It just more sets up why they're bringing characters back for stuff,
Okay.
and it really just sets up the two new Avengers movies that they've already titled. That's literally all it really does, is just set up that shit. So I would watch the movie, leave at the credits, and then watch the post credits scene online because it's real quick. Um, and they kind of already spoiled what they're kind of doing in the future, and that's really all it talks about. So
Did
it doesn't give you nothing you don't know or nothing they haven't sneaked out.
did you get the Shield popcorn
Nah,
commemoration?
I went to the cinema cafe so I could keep drinking beer because I
Okay.
got off early from work. The movie was at 6. I got off work at 5, so I went to the normal bar I go to on Thursdays, which is like 5 minutes from work, and I was just drinking there till about 5:50,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to the movie theater, which is across from work, so it was all like 5 minutes away. I just went over there. Then I was like, yeah, bitch, let me get a picture of Yingling. And I just kept drinking that throughout the movie. And then I went back to the bar to hang out with my boy because he showed up at like 7. I hung out with him till about 9 or 10 o'clock. Then I went home.
So that's why I haven't seen it. It's because I'm waiting for my friend to get back from vacation. We're gonna see it this weekend. So
Cool.
I'll have a full review next week
Hmm.
of the show as well. But
But no, I thought it was a real good movie, man. And everybody's like, blah blah, this is trash, it's trash. You can't compare everything to Endgame, bro. It's Endgame. Endgame was one like section of movies. It's like yeah, they keep calling it phase one, phase two, phase three. You got to leave those phases together. There are a collection of movies in the phases. You got to leave them together. Then you got to move on to like whatever they're on, phase four, phase five, whatever the fuck.
so I looked at the review. The Rotten Tomato score was bad for
Hmm.
so I expected it to be, and I was like,
Of
that's
course.
Marvel being Marvel.
Yeah.
And I've had a beef with Disney Plus lately on their shows because they just are forcing some narratives down your fucking throat.
Of course.
Every show, including your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Have you seen
Oh,
this, Cesar?
no, I want to watch it. The cartoon show.
Yeah.
I want to watch it, but I haven't watched it yet.
I watched the first episode last night. I'm not going to spoil anything except for this. They want your kids to be gay. They want everyone to be gay. I don't care about the Green Goblin being black, whatever.
Hmm.
Do what you got to do with that.
Well, wait.
Good
That's
story.
that's Hollywood, like I told you, because the Green Goblin is normally what? He's a redhead,
Yeah.
and they call them gingers. Now use those same letters, and it'll spell a racial slur.
So
Everybody knows it.
I watched the first episode. I'm going to continue to watch it only because I'm a massive Spider-Man fan.
Well,
Because
me too.
other
So I wanted to
shows,
watch it, but
the
I don't want to
Star
watch
Wars
it.
shows on Disney Plus, I tapped out immediately. I was like, I'm
Yep.
not even a fan of Star Wars. This blows. Everyone's gay. There's an elephant in it. I'm moving on. But Spider-Man, I'm a
Mhm.
fan of, so I will hang on. I will hang
Did
on
you
to
did
it.
you watch X-Men 97?
Yes, that was fantastic.
That shit was fantastic. So that's the
Oh,
only thing I was going to watch Spider-Man on because I was like, all right, the cartoons they can get right. The live action shows are like not as high budget, so
yeah.
they can't get them right. But I was like, fucking X-Men 97 was gas. So I was like, I'm gonna watch Spider-Man.
So I did not watch any movies this past week again. It's just like being, I don't know what's up with this year. This is not my year. But what I did do is I finally finished Cobra Kai. This was a journey that started in 2018. Uh it kind of like got on board with the nostalgic corniness of Fuller House when Fuller House came back, and
Yeah.
it's like a comfort show. You watch it, you know it's gonna be ridiculous. You know it's gonna be full of corny ass jokes, but I can't stop watching. It's like a guilty pleasure almost.
All right.
So I've been watching it since 2018. I just finished it today. Great show. I loved it. I loved Cobra Kai. I think they're ending it with a movie though, because the next Karate Kid movie is coming out with Ralph Macchio, and
Yeah, I think that's what they're
Jackie
doing.
Chan is going to be in it as well. So
Yeah.
they're ending it all with the movie. But I remember the sheriff Zanka actually being a big fan of Cobra Kai. I don't know if he kept up with it or not, but it finally ended. The show is over after 6 seasons. Highly recommend, especially if you want a comfort show that's like a corniness comfort food show. It's kind of intense too at some parts, but I mean, I recommend it. I recommend checking that out, as you know, it was on Netflix anyway, waiting for Raw to come on.
I've also been recommended shit, I can't remember what it's on. It's either on Prime or it's on like HBO Max or Max. The show the guy from Hawkeye's in, Jeremy Renner.
Mhm.
It's called like the mayor of is it the mayor of
Oh, Mayor of like
Dogtown?
Kingstown or something like that.
Kingstown, yeah, the mayor of
Yeah,
Kingstown.
that's on Paramount Plus, I believe. That's
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount. I've heard that show's really good.
Hmm.
So I might start picking that shit up. I've heard it's
Yeah,
really, really
I
good.
think they, I think they're doing a second season.
I think they're on
So,
the third season, bro.
are they on
Like,
the third? Because I
yeah,
know,
I
I
think
think either one of the seasons dropped when he got in that snowplow
that was
accident.
like the second season. He came back for that because he did the first season. He was filming something. He got hurt. He got in that real bad fire thing or something,
It
and he
was a
came back. And I
snow.
think he finished the second. He filmed the second season. So I think they're about to get picked up again. I heard it's like really good. So I'm a start probably gonna start. I'm gonna finish up Slow Horses like I told you, and then I'm gonna start picking that one up.
Yeah, he got hurt by like a snow tractor or something.
Some
Like
shit like that.
he
Yeah,
saved his nephew or something. He pushed him out of the way,
yeah.
ran him over. But now it's time to
Fucking
get
real life superhero shit.
exactly. Now we're gonna get into some all elite Grand Slam from
Oh, you
Australia.
didn't watch Tuesday?
And I when I was watching it, this is the end of Saturday night. The beginning was NXT,
Okay.
end was Grand Slam. Man, I was having a bad day. So I didn't comment on every match. So I think we're gonna just do the highlights for this because there's also some controversy, which is fucking ridiculous. Man, the internet. We need to just cancel the internet. But anyway, I digress.
We can't cancel the internet because then the peacock
What
will
I
go
want to
away.
talk about is the woman who graced the cover of the tripod last week. It was Harley
I was,
Cameron versus TBS champion Sasha Botch. Harley rubs her tits in Sasha's face, brings out the puppet. Sasha stomps it, leave the puppet for an after match celebration. Kind of took me out of it. It made this even more unserious. Harley wrestles like a celebrity who trained for WrestleMania. I'm not usually for fake tits, but I think Sasha could really use some. Imagine what a PC could do for Harley Cameron. Of course, Sasha Hogan wins and retains in this mid match, mid wrestling, mid title reign. Harley Cameron is a star. She is for sure a star, but man, if she would put 6 months in the performance center, imagine the leaps and bounds she could improve on in her in-ring ability. Because, like I said, she looked like a Snooki out there, fucking doing the basic ass moves, bringing the puppet out. I was like,
you
why,
didn't like the puppet?
why during the match?
You
Why?
didn't like the puppet?
But yeah, Sasha
That's
wins.
fine, King.
I don't what was Tony Storm the only Australian that won? Like all the Australians lost in this fucking show.
Well, there was only
There
no,
was
yeah, you're right.
Buddy,
There was three.
there was
There's
Buddy,
three.
Tony, and
Oh
Harley.
shit. No, there was no wait, there's four. Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah, Tony was the
yeah.
only one that won.
Osprey's not from there, is he?
No, Osprey is British. Cal Fletcher is Aussie.
Okay. But that
Well, Cal Fletcher and that other guy that's still that's why they're called Aussie Open.
okay.
Well, in the beginning of Fletcher's music, after the guitar riff, you just hear the guy go, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
yeah.
And the controversy that was online, I didn't notice. Maybe you guys did.
Oh, the ring was smaller?
The ring was smaller.
Yeah,
What
it's a 16 by 16.
fucking do? Who cares? I was just hoping nobody died because I know these fuckers were trying to
I noticed the ring was
arena.
small.
Hold on,
They had those
the arena
IKEA.
was jam packed full of people. That was nice to see. The energy was there. The crowd was there. You can tell they were hyped, and everybody who came out there was hyped because they were like, finally, people. And it was nice to see. I'm just glad nobody died. I didn't give a fuck about the ring. Hopefully, it stood together. That's all I was hoping for.
Oh, so you didn't hear about the other controversy?
I didn't give a fuck about the sizes of the ring, who got the ring, where the ring came from. Just put on a good show and let's kill some time, people. All right, Sticks. Do you have any thoughts about the Harley match or the ring size?
Well, I had noticed it right away, but I also noticed the IKEA ring steps that they had. Looked like the things whittled out of the bamboo trees there in Australia. The two steps. I mean, you're talking to a guy that's watched wrestling with a six-sided ring. I mean, yeah, I mean, ring size you do
TNA,
notice
baby.
it, but I mean, these guys are professionals. I would assume that maybe you could get a little bit of time to before shows to bounce back and forth on ropes to get stuff ready. So I mean, you're gonna get issues and complaints from the IWC. I mean, with the whole stuff with Buddy that stuff happens. I mean, that could have happened in a regular size ring. It's just all about trying to, after you're in there for a little bit, get your bearings straight with stuff to figure out what you can do and whatnot with that. Harley Cameron, I think her character work is what's carrying her so far. I mean, they're obviously bringing her along slowly as a wrestler. She got her first TV dub that she parlayed into this. I thought her character work in this match actually made this match something worth watching because I mean, yeah, I mean with any Sasha match, you know what's going to happen, but with this, you knew what was going to happen, but it was all about the entertainment value that Harley was going to bring. And I mean, she brought it. I mean, she brought the mini Monet doll, which I mean, that's been great. I was waiting for her to bust out a didgeridoo and bring start singing a feel the wrath version with a didgeridoo. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, she's carved out a niche of time for her character work. So that's what's keeping her relevant, with the hopes of that her wrestling work somewhat catches up to the character work. If she can get to that, she's a respectable, serviceable wrestler while being on TV. I mean, then that's obviously going to be a dub for AEW. So I mean, I was entertained with the match. I had no high expectations for it, knowing what was going to happen and knowing that the current trajectory of the female belt collector Sasha Botch, the run that she's on. So I mean, it's all about entertainment value, and I was sports entertained with the match.
I must admit, my favorite shot of the entire match was when the camera was like down at the lower, like the mat level, and then you see.
And she brought out Mini Monet because she threw it to that side. Yeah, of course it was.
Her hair is all messed up. That was awesome. I love that shot. That shot right there was my favorite shot of the whole match.
Of course it was, because that's what it was. Entertainment. That's what it was. I know you're gonna tell me it's my turn, bitch, and I'm gonna tell you it's my turn because that was the best part.
Sasha match. What did you think?
Yeah, man, it was entertaining. I went in this match just wanting to watch Harley Cameron. We know Sasha gonna do what Sasha gonna do, right? Can Sasha have great matches? Sure. Can Sasha have bad matches? Sure. Can Sasha botch? That's her name. So anyway, we know we was going in here to see what kind of character work could Harley Cameron get over in this match, right? And yeah, she brought out the Mini Monet and she was hitting that bitch in the corner and the crowd was hype and they was chanting that shit. Then she went for the 10, then Sasha threw it on that other side. As soon as she dumped Harley on that other side, and that bitch came up. Yeah, just like you said, Sangre. When that bitch came up, and she was like,
well, I swore they had two of them because she threw it in the crowd, and I saw it on the ring. I got on the floor by like where the announcing table was, and next thing you know, they showed like Mangria said, they went to that mat level, and
you know that fan threw it back. They were like, "Yo, we need this for one more spot."
Oh yeah, but I didn't think she could crawl over and get that from the floor.
Well, it was like five. Well, it was because somebody had to go get it and set it up there because she knew she was going to get dumped on that side, and they probably set it up there. And then, we just didn't see because the match was going on in the ring, just like when they throw their gowns and shit on the other side. But when that bitch came up, she said, "Man," I was like, "Oh shit!" This match about to kick off. I was like, "This is the real match. Everything before this was bullshit. This is the match." And yeah, man, they you know what, they cooked for those last 3 minutes, but we all knew that Harley wasn't gonna win. Okay, look, would have been that would have been crazy to give a girl with one win the TBS championship. She'd had to lose it on Dynamite next week. To be really honest, she'd have had to lose it. Because she's not that great in the ring to hold her own yet. If she was good enough to hold her own, they probably would have gave her the title. It would have been a great pop. It would have been a great win. But yeah, come on, man. They're gonna ride Sasha Botch 4-belt collector for a while. It just nobody cares that she has 4 belts because we're not gonna see these belts defended because we don't have access to the TV. Yeah, Tony. I mean, even when not Tony, but when Kenny had it, it was like you could watch TNA. You know what I'm saying? They would show New Japan was still in America. I don't think they are now. I don't think they have American rights anymore. But it was still in America where you could watch him defend that. And obviously you could watch him on TNA, and the fourth one was CMML. You weren't watching CMML. You were watching it in AEW if you were in anything. But like nobody is watching these other matches that Sasha Botch got, man, because nobody cares. But shit, man, it was entertaining to me. Harley Cameron, I'm gonna give you some props. You went out there and you showed your ass just like you need to show your ass. And like we said on the tripod, like they say in wrestling world, if you can get over on a loss, you definitely have potential to get over when you start getting the dubs. So get in the gym, get your training up, and get them dubs.
You care about the ring size?
What? No, I don't care about the ring size. Yeah, yeah. Nah, man. Look, do I care about the ring size? I thought you were gonna talk about the other controversy when they switched venues.
No, I don't know about
Because
that.
they rented the stadium, which had more people. It was available for more people, and then they went to an arena, but they didn't change the ticket prices.
Oh,
So I thought
that's
that's what
why
you were
they
gonna
were
talk about.
booing Tony Skeets.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah. They
came
did.
out to say, "Welcome to Kuta," and everyone's going, "Give my money back," or "Give me my money
Yeah,
back," or
yeah,
some
because
shit like that.
he booked the stadium, so you paid for stadium price tickets. And
Damn.
then they switched it to an arena, which is smaller, but it would look way more fuller because I guess they didn't sell at the stadium. And he didn't change the prices or give money back. He was like, "Nah, same tickets. Fuck y'all." And then
Wow.
people who bought day of tickets got arena day of prices, did not get stadium
Oh
prices.
shit. That's
So
fucked
like
up.
when the switch happened and you bought tickets, you got cheaper tickets. But people who paid for more
Wow.
expensive tickets did
Oh
not get any money back.
man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so he was just like, "Nah, man, subject to change. Fuck it." Like that's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, care about the fucking ring. I'd be mad at the bread.
Well, I heard he got booed, and there was a clip on Twitter, but I was like, do they just boo him because he sucks? Because he generally sucks. But no, there was a reason, I guess. All right.
Yeah, that was the reason. Yeah, who cares about the ring side? They don't look funny on tag matches. I mean, to be honest with you, because them niggas was like right there. They could have laid
Well,
out and made so many tags.
well, Sticks, what was your highlight of AEW's Grand Slam?
Um, first off, I'll talk about. I'll say the match that opened the superstar match of Omega Osprey. It wasn't horrible. I mean, you had the spot fest. I like the hidden blade, one winged angel combo finishing move. I thought that was great. I thought Buddy Matthews looked good in his match, even with the injury that he sustained. I thought he
He
looked
rolled
very
his
strong.
ankle immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Immediately, bro.
And he still went out there and he performed really well. I thought
Yeah,
like he gave
yeah.
Okada a match. Like this is probably Okada's maybe best, if not second best, like match he's had in AEW singles wise. And it was with Buddy fucking Matthews. Like we've seen this before. We've seen what Buddy could do when he wrestled for the Fed. And you saw glimpses here and there on ATW, but he showed out on this match. So I thought that was good. And I mean, the highlight was timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, she went out, she showed up, she showed out. Her and Mariah, I mean, rightfully placed match for the main event. These girls both went out. They showed you why Mariah was the champion at the time. They showed you why they have trusted Tony and why they trusted her again and gave her the championship again to be the first 4-time women's champion. Precursor, I
Do you
watched.
think they changed? Do you think she lost the match because she was talking shit about Sasha Banks?
I think she lost it because I liked it how they did it that Mariah won it when it was basically in her hometown.
And hometown,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
then Tony won it. So I mean we're gonna get a third one now. So it's just a matter of how they built it up.
If I
I
may,
watched can I suggest this?
Yeah.
I watched the up close that Renee did with Tony, like where they were both sitting in the movie theater before this. I thought that was great. I thought that was a super great little preview for it. So I digress. I sorry I interrupted.
No, if I was just going to interject something real quick, if there is any AEW ending to a match where I wish 10 cunts could have called the closing seconds, the world's most deadliest move in all of sports entertainment, Tony Storm is your
Yeah.
new champion. That's where I would have done it, man.
Yeah.
That was cool.
All right, how do we feel about kicking out of 2 back-to-back finishers?
They none of their finishers matter anymore. They hit each other with everything they had and then some. And the move that ended it all,
It's a fucking
just
roll up. The
all
most
package. That was
dangerous move in all of sports entertainment. I keep telling y'all. I try to tell y'all from day one. It's the most dangerous move in all sports entertainment.
But again, put the gold on the star. Mariah's a star. They're both carrying this women's division. But yeah, that's all.
I felt like Mariah did do a lot of media when she had the title and she held it down. I guess they were giving her the strap. I don't know, maybe to see if she could do it. And I'm not saying she did a bad job. But yeah, the storyline fucking cooks. I mean, you got to go with it. Where I mean, it's not like it was Sasha Charlotte where somebody got the title every 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? These were months in between where somebody got the title. Yeah, Tony went off, represented Japan, represented in Mexico for AEW,
Yeah,
and then
she
came
talked
back.
about it. That's where I would suggest watching the up close. She talked about going to Japan and then going down to Mexico. She's like, I went to Japan and I rehooked up with my girl Mina Shirakawa. I got my ass kicked in Japan, so then I went down to Mexico, and I forget who she said I faced. I down in Mexico. I got my ass kicked again. I packed my bags and I left Mexico. It was so good.
Yeah, man, it was great how there was like months in between. Yeah, she's putting on the show. Yeah, this is great storytelling. They can't do it for anything else on the fucking show. But this is great storytelling. It's the best story in AEW, period. So it always deserves the main event if you're putting on a show. Period. It was great. The fucking Kenny Omega pyro budget was crazy. It wasn't even fireworks. It was just fire. This nigga was about to burn down the whole stadium.
God,
I was like,
that song.
I was like, when I saw this shit, I was like, who's coming out? Is it Cody, Seth, and Roman? Like, these niggas is it all 3 of them coming out rolled into one? This is the craziest pyro budget I've ever seen. Because they have fireworks you can set off outside the stadium. Nigga, fire in the stadium, you got to get some propane. You got to get some lighters. And them shits was like 12 feet in the air. And I know it got hot in there. Everybody's in their balls was sweating because it was just hot in that fucking stadium.
Oi.
Just cooking. Oi. Yeah, them crackers. I thought it was overall, thought it was a good show. It was a ram trash. Wasn't trash. Thought it was a good show. But still, if I have to pick an AEW highlight of the week, it was that nigga the Switchblade. That nigga the Switchblade, when they stole the briefcase, he was like, make sure you're holding back. Don't want to pinch your fingers, mate. Chopping the briefcase. Just him being crazy. Switchblade needs to wear black gear because I feel like he has black Air Force energy when he's wearing black gear. He's wearing that white gear, and they lost like some bitches to John Moxley because John Moxley's trash. Fuck this shit. I don't care about that nigga no more. But Switchblade wearing black every week. He want to snip old Edgy's fingers because he was hitting the fucking locks in the door. Those 2 assholes are great backstage. Ed, I can't do Edge in the ring anymore, man. I don't get it. But him with somebody crazy backstage, or him and Christian backstage, that's all he need to do. That's all he need to do because that shit is entertaining as fuck. And crazy ass Switchblade, I watch him every day. Every day, crazy ass Switchblade with his black Air Force energy. He was counting down one week, fighting with Renee Paquette, and then he's snipping fingers and beating bitches, and hitting people with chairs, and stealing briefcases the next week. That's all I need. That's all I need from Switchblade. Do what you got to do backstage, Switchblade. You got full creative control. That's what I need.
Well, moving on. Speaking of crazy, we're about to go to the beginning of a good Saturday until it ended badly. But we had Vengeance Day, NXT's a PLE. That's right. We started things off with the North American champion Fallon Henley versus Stephanie Vaquer. These two proving why the world is watching the NXT women's division. JC and Jasmine shenanigans, of course. The ref is blind. The crowd is hot. Stephanie's cheeks jiggling. Book raccooning. Vic bickering. And Corey Collin. Stephanie gets the spinal tap to pin and win. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
And win the Women's North American Championship. Now get her some new theme music for the love of God. Great open. It kicked off. I rated this PLE. I don't know if you gentlemen did. I gave it
I did because it was a PLE.
pretzels. Cesar, what did you think of the opener to Vengeance Day?
I was trying to look up to see if her shit was Spinal Tap, but fuck that shit.
No. I'll say it for you. Spiral tap. AJ
Spiral.
Styles would do the frontward one back in. If you get a chance, look up old OG AJ Styles TNA. This guy was doing it. He doesn't do it anymore, but she does it. Her doing it. Back turned to Fallon. Man, that was amazing.
Yeah. No, man, this match was great. It's a great opener. You know what we will say about Massa Michaels is that he know how to put on a great opener, and most of the times he know how to put on a great closer. It's all about how the match flows with the other bullshit in the middle. I think he got it right. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Yeah, whenever you go on, I think he got it right this week. I think it was banger, cruise, banger. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you need that middle match to just fill the void. And I think he got it right on Vengeance Day. But yeah. Old Stephanie came out there, looking fine as all outside. And then old Fallon with her gaggle of hoes. Looking fine as all outside. I mean, Master Michaels, that crooked eye sees straight if it's ass, boy. I'm done. I ain't talking about the guns.
Blokey,
blokes. You know I'm talking about blokes. Yeah, blokes know what I'm talking about. That boy, that crooked eye, that shit sees straight twice a day. You know what I'm talking about. All right, yeah, but two women who put in the work, put in the dirt, put in the time to perfect their craft. This is the type of shit that we, as a tripod, want to see Harley Cameron get up to this level. Like these ladies put in the time, and Harley's young, super talented. I mean, like we said it last week, bitch can do almost anything outside the ring. She just needs to practice inside the ring, and she gonna be an all-time great. I'll call it right now. She get to practice where she can wrestle like Stephanie or Fallon or hell, even JC, she gonna be an all-time great because the character work is there. 10 out of 10. This is the kind of bitch I need to go TNA and learn TNA and but anyway, I digress. I'm going with rating. Yeah. Pretzel rating on this match. Yeah, no, I gave it a 6.5. I thought it was really good. Actually, no, I gave it a 7 because I thought one match was below it.
Okay.
I gave it a 7. I was thoroughly entertained. I was like, damn, this is a good match to kick off. Of course, she got the dub. Fallon's reign. It was good. I don't know. Did she get cut short just because of this greater talent that came into it? Because Fallon's been there for a while and now she's single. I felt like Fallon deserved it when she won it. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't mad that they gave Kaylani the first, because you never forget the first, right? And then Kaylani got the character change, and she's way more heelish now, which is good for her. They gave Fallon the win. Fallon's been there. She deserved it. She carried it great. She had great defenses, even as the heel group, and they helped chip it in, And then Stephanie Vaquer is there now, and she's a phenomenal talent. So if they want the babyface talent to have a good run, I feel like Stephanie is the woman to do it because they already had Julia winning the heavyweight championship. I thought this was a 7. Yeah, it was a great match.
What I think is happening currently is all the newcomers they just signed, they want to put the shine on them during the WrestleMania season. So people are like, Stephanie's here. Oh, she's got the belt. Oh, Julia.
The most eyes.
She's got the belt. Oh, what's Zarya doing? Oh, she's in tag division. Oh, she'll come up. But I'm saying,
Well,
it's
yeah, I feel like
too early, so I
Zari is the
think they
most
want to put
unknown.
the main titles on the newer stars. I
Yeah,
think later on during the year we'll see other talent get it, but as of right now, when all the eyes are on the product, because it's WrestleMania season, they want those titles on the newer signees. But Sticks, also, what I wanted to say about this match is it seemed like Stephanie and Fallon were super fucking smooth. It's like they rehearsed this like over and over and over again because this is the smoothest I've ever seen these two ladies wrestle before.
clean.
And there's a language barrier, and they still pulled it off. It was a great match. Sticks, what did you think of this?
Yeah, it was once again we had another banger of an opener, and of course it involved the deepest and most talented women's division and all of wrestling. I mean, fuck what ATW wrestlers will say. This WWE, let alone just NXT's women division, is the best in all professional wrestling. Um, these girls came out and they shine, like you said. It was super smooth. Fallon, this was her 8th title defense in her title run, which I mean, you lose track of how many and what possibly you could think of would be a short title run. I mean, I didn't feel like she's had the championship as long as she has had it, and to see where she is, how far she's come so far in her WWE career, like she is a great single star. I mean, it's great. Stephanie Vacour, I mean, her and Julia, when they both signed, they brought the most hype and attention because these women globally have had the matches and the hype, like Julia over in Japan and Stephanie Vacour holding it down in Mexico, but also I believe I thought we all three see her match with Sasa Botch. You know, she lost during AEW, but I mean she did really good in that match, so that she had that hype going for her, and she cashed in on that almost like a couple months afterwards after having that match. So, but I mean, she went out there, Ultimate Pro. It was just a match we had all talked about with Stephanie and Julie. Okay, how are they going to do the titles with these women? Like they had the enough women's singles titles to be able to shine with these women because they have hype and they have the experience. And now we've seen how it played out. They had Julia win the women's heavyweight. So now it's like, okay, Stephanie's in the North American. She beat it. Fallon was able to get it off her and put it on her, which Fallon was respectable and a great champion leading up to this. So, like you had said, now they have with the two women globally that can be known that will bring the eyeballs to WrestleMania weekend. This was the last PLE before Stand and Deliver. I mean, they got one more like TV PLE esque show to have, but I mean, this was the last PLE before Stand and Deliver, so they're gonna build both these women up as their faces of their women's champions. And match pretzel wise, I gave it 7 as well. I thought it was super smooth. Um, it was great that she did the spiral tap at the end, like she hit her normal finisher. And then I was sitting there like, well, what is she doing? I mean, she didn't go for the pin, and then she did the spiral tap. It's like, damn, nice. I mean, if she does this as like a PLE type finisher, it brings you to watching PLEs because you're like, okay, she's gonna hit this finisher that she only does for special occasions, which are PLEs. So that's another reason to jump on the peacock to watch an NXT PLE. Great
And
opener, great opener.
and of course,
But
our favorite moment of the night was when she does that Booker T's
yeah,
favorite
yeah,
move
yeah, yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
the night,
And
and
the crowd chanted,
ah
and she
ah
did it more
ah
than usual
ah
because she
ah.
did like 10, right? 10 or 12, and Book yelled for all 12, and then Corey
Ah,
Graves
ah.
is, Book, you're not going home tonight, right? Because you know you're sleeping on the couch. And Vic was like, he don't care, bro. He does not care.
The announcing for this match opened up the chemistry these three guys
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to go forward was great. Even we didn't even talk about the
We're,
chemistry that Sick Vic and Wade with the fade had on
we're
Friday on
yeah
SmackDown was
yeah.
great.
It was
That was
great. It
great.
was
That was
super
great.
great. But
Seeing Vic back on Smack.
I think Corey's really over it. Like he's not mad anymore about being on NXT because him, Book, and sick. Oh my God, they were cooking. They cooked the
The
whole
whole
pay-per-view.
night. The whole night.
Yeah,
It
because he was
great.
like, Oh, book. Are you going home tonight? Like, just
Well,
quit the
even when she tried doing it before and Fallon reversed it, Book was getting all hyped up.
He
He
was
was like,
hyped.
"Oh,
He's like,
you
Oh,
know,
hold on, guys.
get
Hold
ready.
on, guys. Hold
yeah."
on.
Get ready, Corey.
Then he got
Get
cold
ready,
shoulder.
Corey. Get ready, Corey. She reversed it. She reversed it.
Them cheeks, though. Up next for the NXT Tag Team Championships, of course, it's the tripod favorite, Fast and the Furious versus Briggs and Inamura. Briggs sporting a smoking skull on his vest. All right.
All right.
Inamura's chops are brutal. This is the coming out party for Powerhouse Briggs and Inamura. This is a great crowd. They are not trying to hijack the show and get themselves over. They're just hyped and enjoying the match. This was an excellent tag match for, of course, Fast and the Furious retaining. Fast and the Fraser. Everyone gets jumped afterwards by the new masked guys. By the way, WWE has tried this rebel group invasion multiple times and shit the bed every time. We got Nexus, Retribution, even the invasion of WCW, ECW bullshit. Why keep going to this well when you fuck it up every time? It's the definition of insanity. By the way, sanity was another example. You will never recreate the Shield. Give it up. Putting that aside, putting the bitching aside, the
Can't
bitching
say every
aside,
time if it worked for the Shield.
the match, the match itself.
There's that one out of the 100 times. There's that one out of 100 times that it works. So they're gonna keep going to the well.
7 pretzels and the beer cheese match of the night for me. I loved it. I love this match. It was between 2 matches, and because this Briggs and Inamura impressed me so much,
Okay.
I gotta give it up. I gotta give it the beer cheese to this
Okay.
match of the night.
Okay.
But again, Sticks, what did you think of the NXT Tag Team Championship match?
Yeah, Fast and Fraxium, they've been all over. I mean, they've been doing NXT, they did TNA. These guys are out here. They are becoming the bar for tag team wrestling in NXT. And we saw Briggs and his tag team partner. You know, they've been wanting a tag team championship match. They've starting to put the work in. They finally got their opportunity and that the number one contenders match, and they won. I was a little worried in the beginning when Briggs comes out with a smoking skull. I was like, oh man, oh, this is not an omen for what it's going to be, and it wasn't. Like, these teams cooked. Faxium, I mean, these guys, you know what you're getting with them. They're ultimate professionals. Briggs and his guy, you know, they showed why they were there. Great chemistry, great tag team action. Now Briggs has a legit tag team partner that maybe a couple of months down the road, maybe they get their dub and they become tag team champions if they keep putting the work in. Oh, not a bad follow-up. I rate this higher than the opener. I gave a 7 in the salt. I thought it was a great tag team match. I thought the chemistry, Briggs and his partner showed why they were asking backstage for a tag team shot. And when they got it, they stepped out. Now, they didn't hit it out of the park because they didn't win, but they showed they are in the hierarchy for contenders. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got a tag team rematch a couple weeks down the road and these guys pull off the win.
Yeah, Cesar, because of AEW bringing in all these New Japan guys with their complicated ass names, I didn't bother learning his name till now. Inamura. Inamura is Briggs's tag partner name. But yeah, they put on a hell of a show. What'd you think of this tag team championship match?
Yeah, I don't care what you call that nigga. I call him E Honda because he be hitting them slaps to them bitches in the corner, okay? I don't give a fuck. That nigga he's an ex sumo that does the E Honda slaps, nigga. You think I'm not calling him E Honda? Give a fuck. Fucking what's his name? Banging Dakota Kai. We call that nigga like Moon Knight because he don't even do Mortal Kombat moves, but we base him off that nigga. So who gives a shit? I'm calling this nigga E Honda. whatever his real name is, respect to him. I will give him the respect, but I'm calling that nigga E Honda because that's easier for me to remember. I ain't got time for this shit. I'm an old man drinking, talking about wrestling. I'm too old for this shit. I'm waiting for somebody to shoot somebody. Okay, I ain't got time for that shit. Now, was this match great? Hell yeah, it was great. This match was fucking awesome. They was doing work. They was getting it in there. Them boys hit the damn Stakes 316. They was getting camera time. They hit the Cesar 316. They was doing all the moves. And they damn near it looks like they hit the Mangria 316 because they got the goddamn beer cheese for being awesome. Okay. Them motherfuckers hit the trifecta if you listen to Sangria according to this tripod. And this match was phenomenal. Fast and the Frasers, these crackers can't do no wrong. Whoever they in the ring with, you might as well call them Undisputed Era Part 2. Because when they got a tag team matchup with them titles on the line, them boys stand and deliver like the fucking promo, like the fucking pay-per-view says every April, god damn it. Them boys is out there cooking. They're in the kitchen with the hot flames, nigga. I'm talking all gas, no brakes, just cooking in there, shit. I thought this match was great too. I thought this match was top of the line. This is the second best match for me of the night. So I did give it 8. Did not give it the beer cheese, but it was the second best match to me. I was thoroughly sports entertained, wrestling entertained, storyline entertained. They got me with the false finishes. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, they were talking all that cash money shit. Fast and Fraser, you ain't even got a dub. You can't do shit. I was like, oh, these niggas about to lose. I said, no, these two big crackers ain't coming in here. And Briggs gonna get this title again. It's gonna be a two-time tag title. Now, when Big Briggs was doing his solo shit, he was good. I'm not saying he was bad. I'm definitely not saying he was bad. He was good. He put on some
Match
bangers.
of the year with Dijak and
Dijak and West, right? He was cooking.
Yeah.
But hey, man, sometimes when you're a good tag team match cracker, you a good tag team match cracker too. Some people can't do both. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't do both. Massa Michaels knows about that. He was one of them crackers that could do both. You know what I'm saying? With a crooked eye. But anyway, yeah, I gave this an 8 and a beer cheese. I was thoroughly entertained by this match. It got me a couple of times. I thought them boys, I was like, yo, one win and these boys about to be tag team champions. This is crazy. This is going to be a real good setup for everybody and maybe get like a little 4-way dance for Stand and Deliver. But Fast and Fraser has pulled it all off. So I thought that was really, really good. Was not mad at the ending at all because the match was so phenomenal. I love how these guys can fight like dudes their size, dudes bigger than them, and they still make it cook every fucking time. Good God, I don't know what these guys. You need to put these guys
in 2 companies.
In 2 companies, yeah, in 2 companies. These fuck it. Fast and Furious, man. They just need to. They need to go to main roster and win the Raw and SmackDown. Put them titles together again. Fuck the Musos, niggas. Put the title on both these assholes and let them fight every week. They got to do both shows. Okay, they got to fight niggas on Raw. They got to fight niggas on SmackDown and get them niggas the NXT titles. They got to fight niggas on Tuesdays.
Fuck
These
it, go
boys
to
got to work.
Speed.
You know what?
Go to Speed. You take on the Speed guys too.
Yeah, fuck the Speed. Yeah, get the Speed guys and give them the TNA tag team titles. Fuck them Hardys. Them niggas got to fight 5 days out the week. They just gotta wrestle and pay them 3 times of what they're paying right now. Give them all the bread. Let them boys run the tag division until that man get back. Until that man get out that wheelchair and he get back. And then you have them fight the ABC and the Motor City Crackers in a 3-way match, and that's where you can split them again. And god damn it, that shit would be great.
So Cesar said earlier, NXT PLEs, they got a banger, they got another banger, and then they coast.
Yeah.
Well, here's where they coasted.
Here's where they coast. Yeah,
Next was a strap match between Trick Willie and Eddie Thorpe, aka Moon Knight. The whipping of a black man in February continues tonight. Crowd shouting, "Fuck you, Eddie." I like how Vic said Eddie won the last strap match he was in. Didn't mention Dijak, but mentioned the match, nonetheless. I like how Trick used the strap to assist in his STF. No rope breaks, player. Eddie Dick Strap Attack Jones pulled a victory out of his ass, though. Crowd and myself was shocked that even after the whipping on Tuesday and the continued whipping tonight, yeah, Moon Knight got over. I gave it 5 pretzels just for the fuck of it. I didn't really care. This match was like Cesar said, coasted. But Cesar,
Yeah.
I know you got an opinion of this match,
No,
right?
here's the funny shit I've been seeing on the TikTok. They
Uh-huh.
calling NXT racist because a black man has been getting whipped in February by a cracker. Even though Eddie Thorpe is full Native American and not white, they calling him Caucasian. And I'm just like, all right, man, if you're gonna be ignorant, and because I can't stop you. And these are people on Russell Talk. Everything's. I know Sticks, you ain't got it, but everything's broken down. So Russell Talk, whatever talk you want. There's book talk, Russell Talk, slap you mama talk, whatever the fuck. There's certain black people mad that he's getting whipped in February, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But then they say stupid shit like, "When was his last strap match?" And then you have to be like, he whipped Obafemi in January, right? Another black man. So yeah, but it was January. But that was his last strap match. He challenged him to a strap match. I don't know why he's got a strap. I don't know why they were like, "Yo, Eddie Thorpe, this is what we want you to do. We want you to whip niggas in January, and we want you to whip niggas in February, and we want you to a surprise attack whip him, and whip him good in January."
Hey, Kalani, get ready for March.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Lash in Chikara.
Oh man.
Y'all, well, they fired Alba Fire. I'm about to say, y'all get ready for the white bitches to come back with straps and whip y'all in February. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know why the whip is. I don't remember them in NXT. Did he say the whip is part of his heritage or something, nigga? Because he surprised Obafemi and whipped the dog shit out of him like in January. Sad, crazy part is it was mid-January. It's literally about a month ago. It was mid-January, and then lost to Obafemi in a strap match, and then beat Trick in a strap match. And the weird part is, I knew he was going to beat Trick. I was like, I don't know how Eddie. I was like, why do I have a feeling Eddie Thorpe is really going to win this match? I was like, why do I think? Because they have these certain people to win. It's kind of like Gunther on main roster, right? Gunther's gonna like hold the title. He's gonna win. He's gonna win a lot on the house shows, which he's been doing, and just talk shit on Raw with the belt. And I was like, Obafemi will wrestle on NXT because it's NXT. It's different. But like his win record is crazy. But I was like, Trick just gave him that title, so Trick got to take some losses. Like, when you lose that title, you got to take losses to make up for you always winning. That's the usual champion unless they make you a monster. Trick wasn't a monster. He was just a guy who was winning. He lost the ego on a technicality. He lost to Obafemi and Eddie Thorpe in a triple threat match. And now Trick is taking losses. So they're really trying to build Eddie Thorpe. I was like, all right, man, you trying to build Eddie Thorpe? Build Eddie Thorpe. I mean, I'm not going to stop you from building somebody. But why does nigga got to be whipped though? Why you whipping niggas in February? I got nothing.
So
I mean,
zero.
this was a 5. Yeah, it was a 4.
Yeah.
This was some trash. I didn't. And it's not about Trick winning because if Trick would have won this match, it still would have been some trash.
Yep.
Because I was just like, y'all could have just had a hardcore match. Like what is with this whipping thing? And he got to whip somebody and stand and deliver. Somebody white.
You could have did it playing in the Vengeance Day. It seems like on Vengeance Day they have cage matches. You could have had this as a cage match.
Sure.
You could have had this that. It would have been Trick still could have lost. And I mean, it would have, he still could have coasted, but you just wouldn't have had it be a strap match. I mean, you could have had it be a cage match and still have it coast.
Well,
He
Sticks,
got to whip. He got to whip somebody at Stand and Deliver.
it'll
I don't
happen.
care who it is. He got to whip somebody. He got to get in a
Sticks,
strap match at Stand and Deliver and whip somebody and win for me to believe this is his gimmick.
Sticks, what did you think of this mid strap match?
Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, like Cesar, I had a feeling that he was going to win just for the fact that we've had way too much Eddie Thorpe on our TV set to not have him probably go over a former NXT champion like Cesar and like what you guys said. Uh, Trick was champion. He collected a lot of dubs. So what happens when you lose the belt? You start the receipts start coming in on those dubs. So you're gonna start collecting some L's to probably help put over people that they want to put over. Now, do we think that Eddie Thorpe is going to get over? No. I mean, there's nothing great about Eddie Thorpe. I mean, they're trying to build him up to be something that I don't think that he should be, let alone will he be able to talent wise hold up to being. So with that being said, I mean, they could have did this differently. I mean, the outcome was what the outcome was. I mean, he was able to turn into having it become a low blow and then pick up the dub. I mean, Eddie Thorpe's on that heelish shit, but I mean, he's at best he's going to be a challenger for the mid card, and that's where he should be for a mid card champion. If he's going to ever become a champion, and on his best day, it should be for mid card. I mean, he shouldn't be a promotions star champion, but I mean, they're going to push it, and we can't change the narrative on that. So, but with that being said, I gave it a 5. I mean, I might be too generous. I was thinking 4.5, but I'll give it a 5.
Did you
And
give that shit a 2?
it wasn't great. I mean, and I don't know if that's just bad that they're all also doing that to Trick. I mean, we know Trick charisma wise and on the mic is really great, and we're just now maybe waiting for his in ring talent to hopefully catch up to that. But to have him have to have matches like this with people with talent like this, I mean, I think it's kind of I think you're kind of doing the guy dirty, but I mean, the guy's collecting the check and he's getting TV time. So, I mean,
I honestly think that Trick and Roxanne will be called up soon.
Probably, but hopefully they don't get put on the sideline and then released eventually because they don't know what the fuck they're doing with them. But I mean, after Stand and Deliver, if they do clean house in NXT, Ridge, Eddie, go to AEW and injure yourself. But moving on, the young OG, Javon Evans versus All Ego, Ethan Page.
Mhm.
No better way to start a match than to fly onto all the commentators. Javon's February powers activated, beaten Ethan bloody. What a great story being told here. I was in awe. I was entertained watching this, so I barely took any notes because I didn't want to miss anything. Ethan focusing on Javon's ankle. Eventually, Ethan punches out the mouthpiece of Javon and hits a twist of fate, or the twisted grin is what he's calling it. For the win. Of course, Javon's mouth bloodied. This was the other match I was struggling with to give the beer cheese because of the story was excellent. The crowd is fully invested in Javon Evans. This man is the future. He is a star. He's got that star. What is Jake's favorite word? He's got the aura about him. Javon Evans is the next big thing, and it was an incredibly good match. Of course, Ethan, they gave Ethan his flowers, saying he's a veteran in the business, 18 years. So I guess we're gonna see more out of Ethan Page. Hopefully they call him up too. But
Mhm.
again, this was the other match I was struggling with, whether to give the beer cheese or not, because the story was excellent, the action was excellent. But I did give it 7 pretzels regardless of that. Sticks, what did you think of Javon Evans versus your boy, All Ego?
I thought this was a great match. You have a veteran taking on a strong young and up and comer. Um, you can see the talent in both these guys and why NXT sees both these guys as like great guys to have on their TV, to have on TV every week, and also to have on a PLE every PLE. And these guys went out there, like you said, and told a great story. Um, the mouth, the jaw. Everybody thought Ethan was going to work on that, and then he did what he did to the old Singapore sensation. He put his ankle in between the steps, and he kicked the steps, and then he started working on that. So now not only did he could always go back to working on the jaw, which we'll talk about a little bit, but he could work on the ankle. But the young OG is that young the guy who doesn't give a fuck. He could work on his ankle. He's gonna still fly. He's still gonna put his body on the line. He's gonna throw caution to the wind, and we saw that at the end. And Ego punched the mouth guard out of him and hit the twisted grin to pick up the dub. I thought this was one of the better matches. I thought there was 3 great matches that they've had on this. I thought this was the second one. I gave this a 7 and the salt. I thought I'm just is why I'm glad that All Ego is not only in WWE, but is in NXT. Like Shawn Michaels, like he said in an interview, Shawn Michaels told him, I'm going to give you the ball. It is up to you to do what you want to and what you can with it to be relevant. And he has been, like, he has taken his moments and he has shined. And he has shown you the differences between being on AEW television and not only WWE television, but NXT television. And he is looking like the bona fide star that he is and that he should be, regardless if he gets called up for the main roster. If he stays in NXT for the rest of his WWE career, he's not gonna disappoint. He's gonna be on TV and he is shining with all the spotlight that he gets. And if he can do that while still wrestling with young talent, regardless if he wins or loses, if he go out there, put on a great show and look great in a loss, but also look great in a dub like he did Saturday night, he's doing more than what he was given with an AEW. So I've come to my conclusion with this. I'm going to be happy with whatever All Ego does in NXT because he's out of the ATW stink. He's in the NXT, the Fed machine, and he's doing great. And he is showing why, as a singles guy, he is shining. And that's why I gave this 7 in the salt.
Yeah, Cesar. I mean, Javon Evans shining bright like a diamond in this versus All Ego Ethan Page. What do you think?
Yeah, Javon Evans so good, man. He's like he's like that boy I call on TNA fucking cynic. He's good. He's good.
You mean TNA?
Yeah, the crack. I said the Kraken TNA. Well, the nigga.
Yeah, was it Leon Slater?
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. The fly's in the room. Leon Slater. I gotta start giving him his respect back because cynic trash. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing, nigga. I'm playing. But no. Javon, yo, that boy cooks constantly. And just dealing with a pro who is Ethan Page or Ego Page. Yeah, that's only gonna make him better. It's only gonna make him better. I honestly feel like right now, because Ego had a different character when he came in, different character now. He's great. He won the title. You know who he feels like? He feels like when he feels like not now, but he feels like when Finn Balor came back and he was the prince with the X on it.
Mhm.
Before Karrion Kross came and ruined all that bullshit. But when Finn Balor came back to NXT and he became the champ again, oh, that's who Ego's reminding me of right now, man. He's like, you know what? I've already won that title. and I am that fucking guy, and I will put you in the dirt if you get in the ring with me, and I don't care who you are. Look, you put a bitch over there, I'm putting you in the dirt. That's who Ego feels like now. He's building up to like that kind of character that the Prince was, the heel Finn Balor when he came back, and it's just great. It's just great. Ego now is better to me than when Ego came in. And oh my God. Yeah, shout out Sticks got me that shirt because I love me some Ego. I love this.
We
He
saw
was already a heel. He was already a heel. I just feel like he's extra heel now. And this is like, I'm fucking with this.
we seen this progression in live time. Remember,
Yeah.
he lost the championship, and then he was down in the dumps, and he literally had to find his smile again, which led us to this feud to not only start that climb back up for El Ego, while also propelling a superstar of a talent in Javon. But
Yeah.
this is one of those that has progressed both stars. And if you can get that not only in just one feud, but also on the same program, as a promotion, you are doing nothing but shining because you could
Yeah.
do that
Because
with your
Javon's
talents.
finisher was that jump in RKO, and Randy countered it, and then he fought fucking Randy Orton on some fucking NXT shit. You cannot give that man a higher praise than losing to the legend killer before the kid becomes a legend.
And then the legend killer picks you up and looks at you and says, and points at you
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
chest like you're the future. You're the
yeah.
future.
You imagine if Javon gets a 20-year career like Randy Orton? He's gonna be like him. He's gonna be like 12, 13, Triple H, 14-time world champion. Because the boy is so young. He's tall. He can put on more mass over the years. And if he keeps being athletic like he is
He can
right
do it.
now,
He
that
can
boy
do
can
any
cook.
match. He's one of those guys that you could put in any match against anybody, and he's not going to disappoint because he could damn near wrestle any kind of match or any style that you want him to wrestle.
But
Yeah,
what I liked about Ego is, yeah, he went for the leg, so the kid can't jump, but he's a kid, so he's gonna push it. And he still jumps, keeps the match going, and then with you know what? You know what? Fuck it. I can't injure his leg. I can't injure both legs. I can't keep him on the ground. I'm going for the ankle locks. He punches him in the mouth because that's the real thing I damaged that he hasn't gotten over. I punch him in the mouth. I hit him with the finisher.
did you give it a
Uh,
pretzel rating?
no. I was about to get to it. I gave it 7 in the salty mustard. This was a really good match. The fucking psychology of it was so good. Still wasn't the match of the night to me, but still was really, really good. Um, yeah, I just that tag match had just a little something. I think it was like you said, Mangria. I didn't know how E Honda was going to be, and I was too impressed
Yeah.
about how he was going to be. I know how these dudes wrestle, and they still showed out.
Well, I didn't even give him props for his finisher. That thing where he's on the top turnbuckle and he goes like this,
Yeah,
and then he goes
yeah,
and does that big
yeah,
fucking splash. That is
yeah,
awesome. I love it.
yeah, dude. It's so great, but that's because we don't know about him, right? And that's what the guys kept saying on the microphone. That you like, how do you plan for this guy? Right? You're planning for a guy you've never watched, you've never seen, and that's what was really great. But no, the Javon Ego match was super, super good. Got the crowd hyped up again. The crowd picked sides, but the right guy didn't win. But I see you, Master Michaels. You had two niggas lose back to back, and I see you, you country bitch.
Well, luckily for this PLE, we only had one lull in the whole night because the night finished strong. And up next was for the
Yeah.
NXT Championship. It was a triple threat match with
Oh,
the Ruler,
oh,
Oba Femi
oh,
versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, of course, A-Town Down
oh.
Under. Caesar, no bread, no
No
water,
water,
just
just me.
That's right, book. Vic and Corey button heads about if Grayson and Theory are a tag team or not. As if Oba wasn't strong already. It's February. He's in God mode. Also, the story of this
Medusa.
match is when A-Town Down Under turn on each other. Waller puts Oba through a table. Oba throws Waller through the announcer's table. Waller
Mhm.
yanks the ref out after Theory hits his finisher. Waller accidentally hits his rolling stunner on Theory. Oba pop up power bombs his way to victory. Oba then gets jumped by the new stable. You know how I feel about that. Toss power bombs Oba. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Some girl is screaming the entire time in the crowd like she's being stabbed to death. It's like,
Yeah.
well, all right, bitch. I appreciate your enthusiasm. But overall, I gave the match 6 pretzels. Not bad. What do you
All
think?
right, bitch.
Triple threat match.
All
Uh,
right, bitch. I hear your enthusiasm.
it,
No. I thought this match was pretty good. Yeah, you know what? I think they've only done this like twice with these guys or whatever. And then yeah, they keep feuding like near the end of the match. And they yet still stay a tag team or whatever. But Oba Femi with the power game, those two guys, Austin and Grayson, doing what they got to do. Yeah, this was an entertaining match. It wasn't bad. Um, they had great chemistry work in the beginning, and then they had great chemistry work like later on in the match when it was kind of like just one on one versus on one. Um, with all the bullshit, and then yeah, Austin Theory hits the A Town down. Waller pulls him out, even though he was just put through the table and all the other bullshit. And then yeah, he goes for the stunner. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I gave this a 7. I thought it was really good. I was like, I don't know how they're gonna make this entertaining because it's just gonna be them jumping Oba. And at first that they were Oba coming back, they did it again, Oba coming back. Then they kind of split it off, and there was spots where this is what I like about Oba, man. Oba sells great. He sells great. He doesn't sell like a monster, you know what I'm saying? He sells super great. He has to get bailed out because he didn't get kicked. He didn't kick out when Austin Theory hit him with that 8 town down under. They didn't kick out. They wanted that spot where they pulled the ref out. So when I saw the ref, I was like, oh my God, Grayson Wall's going to pull him out and this is going to be great. And he did it. And I was like, yes, this is great. This is great. It doesn't show Oba as a monster when he gets hit with finishes that he's going to. Sometimes you're in the middle of a match and you kick out at one. I don't know how longer the match is going to be, but when it's like 10, 15 minutes longer, I'm like, oh shit. Well, yeah, that was just the middle of the match. I respect the kick out at one. But like later on, I'm like, oh yeah, it took 2 7/8 for you to get that shit up. Oba sells great, even though for how big he is. And if these two are like main roster guys coming back down, he sold it great to them. He made them look like they were good stars, bigger stars. Grayson Wallace like, yeah, I've been in NXT, man. I did what I had to do here. I never won the title, but that's because I was too good and I went up and I've won gold on main roster. Blah 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 blah. So it made those guys still look good, and he had to respect them. Um, and yeah, then that's what happened. And yeah, the crack, the niggas came back out. They jumped his bitch ass. I liked it that two of them picked him up and threw his ass,
oh,
and then two of them power. I like this better than
that was,
tag team
that
shit.
was cool. That was
I was
cool.
like, yeah, all right, there's 4 of y'all, there's 4 of them. Like they could have fought y'all off, but you're representing that they're all tired from battling each other. Cool, cool, cool. Nigga, this was a 4-on-1. They beat your ass. Yeah, I respected it. Yeah, I don't care how big this nigga is. We beat his ass. Like we stomped him out. We picked him up. We threw his bitch ass. Like he throws people because he threw A-Town down after Austin Theory hit him. Or no, he threw Grayson Waller or whatever. But he threw him up, powerbombed him. Yeah, we threw your big ass up. We powerbombed you. We put you on the mat. I like this. This if they would have done the tag team shit and just did this, I'd have been like, yo, these niggas ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah, I agree. If they
I
would
was I was like, is
have
it
this,
because they came out earlier?
Yeah, they
And I was
said
like,
the tag team one.
yeah. I was like, all right, y'all beat up them crackers. And I was like, good. One on one, y'all can beat up people. I get it. I get it more because I'm like, one on one, y'all can beat up people because y'all a new element. Sure. But if they would have just came out and whooped the dog shit out of Obafemi and threw him on that powerbomb shit, I'd have been like, oh no, girl. Clutch my pearls. These motherfuckers ain't nothing to fuck with. Oh shit, girl. They threw Obafemi like he was a baby back bitch because he throws people one on one like they a baby back bitch. And I was like, okay, yeah, you Negroes are young backed, and yeah, your back don't hurt. You're not old like me. You can't pick up, you pick up a fucking 40-pound bag of sand, and you're like, my back. I
Fuck
didn't take
that.
my
Fuck
bear
that.
today.
Tie my shoes in the morning. Oh
Yeah,
God, I'm back.
yeah,
Help
yeah,
me.
yeah. Yeah, you don't buy shoes and then tie them in the box like me. So I ain't got a time. I can just slip my feet in like they're slides and keep moving. No, them motherfuckers was like, we throwing this thick neck nigga. Yeah, bitch. Slam a cracker. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. I would have been way more impressed by that. If they would have just attacked Obafemi, I think that would have been the statement to have. Um,
Yeah.
but hey, still, no, I thought it was a good match. And that part, the where they beat up Olafemi, I thought was still good.
What did it register on the pretzel scale?
Well, I think I said a 7. I thought it was a 7. I thought it was good. I thought it was as good as I'm including them beating the shit out of him.
Mhm.
If I don't, it was probably slightly less than the Stephanie Valkyra match. I'm including them beating the dog shit out of Obafemi, not beating the dog shit out of Obafemi and the other two in the match. That's where I think they went wrong. They should have just beat up the winners.
Yeah.
If they'd have came up and beat Fast and Frazier's 4-on-2, it would have looked dominant more. You know what I'm saying? And then beat up Obafemi as they're coming after champions. And then that's a 4-on-1 and dog shit Obafemi. I think the attacks would have been better. But yeah, no. I'm including that. I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
So Sticks, back when we were doing predictions, we used to have caveats. And let me give you the caveat I would have said for this. Because I legit thought this was gonna happen. I legit thought we were gonna get Oba, dun dun, come out to the ring, dun dun, and then A Town Down Under, yeah, to get in the ring, and then Ava was gonna come out. Hold on, guys, hold on. You know, recently we saw a man debut on NXT, and he was in the crowd. He got everyone hyped. We're gonna go ahead and turn this into a fatal 4-way, and then you see it's not gonna be his music from AEW. He comes out on stage. Dun, here comes Ricky. Ricky Starks
Jesus
gets
Christ.
added to the match. That's what I thought was gonna happen because, like Cesar, I thought, oh, we're gonna okay, 8 times. It's gonna be a handicap match the whole time. I thought it was gonna be fuck shit, but it turned out to be a decent match. Sorry, I went off on that tangent, but that would have been my caveat for this fucking Vengeance Day. But what were your thoughts on this triple threat match for the NXT Championship?
No, I figured we weren't going to see Ricky because I think they're still working through with the whole trademark and name and like merchandise sale things. But I mean, you should kind of hold that to like a different thing. Like obviously they said this Tuesday we're going to get the contract signed, so maybe by then they'll have all that stuff. Right, you need to have that kind of as like to bring eyeballs back to television. I really didn't think this was going to be like a 2-on-1 thing because we've seen the cracks forming larger and larger in A Town Down Under. And that's one of the things I also liked about this match was, yeah, those guys started working off together, but then it was like, okay, now we're in this for not for each other, but we're in this for ourselves. Like so, like after they disposed of Oba, like you had that like couple second where they both looked at each other. It's like, all right, now we got to square off. And then they start going off individually on Oba. Like Cesar said, and we've talked about this numerous times with Oba. What's going to keep him having a job as not only a monster, but just as a bigger talent in WWE is his ability to sell to anybody and everyone that is in a match with him. He he's gonna sell. He'll sell to Rey Mysterio, and make you think, fuck, at 57 years old, Rey Mysterio could beat him. Well, we all know fucking Oba could destroy him in like 5 seconds.
Mhm.
But Oba can do that, and he did that well in this match. He had his high points of tossing fools, but then also like he went through a table. Austin Theory, as jacked as he is, picked him up and hit that A-Town down. We had the uh the the issues between between tag team members and possibly maybe former tag team members. And this Waller put him through the table. Theory puts him in the ring, goes and gets the pin. And Oba kicks out at 2. And Waller is standing looking at him like, what are you doing? I was the one that went through the table. Austin Theory hit that A-Town down. Close as we got to it, someone probably went beating him clean. Waller pulls the ref out. We had that internal struggle. And then when it came to the end, I thought that was the best way that you could have had that match in. Oba's getting ready to finish him, and he had this sense that something was gonna happen. And he moves, allows Grayson to hit the finisher on his tag team partner. That adds more salt to the wound while allowing Oba to hit that fall from grace power bomb, pick up the dub, get a little bit of a celebration, and then we had the theatrics of the 4 guys from before, where it goes dark, they come in. Like Cesar said, the way that they did that with Oba, 2 guys beat him up, throw him to the other 2 guys power. That was great. If you just would have had that, like you guys said, you just would have had that, not even coming to the tag team match, but as whatever. Maybe they were still on the fence of if they were going to have these guys come out during that NXT championship match. I don't know. Maybe this was the plan all along. I don't know. But if they just would have done this alone, it probably would have been a bigger statement, because you could have did the theatrics of those guys with the lights in the crowd, then it goes dark, and then these guys here, they take down the ruler after a hard, long, grueling match. Because sometimes these bigger guys, it doesn't take very long for them. They still have, even after a grueling match, they might still have enough left in the reserve tank to fight off 3, 4, 5 guys. But it showed that Oba is human after a long, grueling match of a guy defend his title against 2 other guys. 4 guys come in, beat him up, do that type of move onto him. It makes a statement for these 4 guys. I gave this 7 in the salt. I gave it 7 in the salt because of just the way Oba sold, but also we got to see Grayson and Austin. You can kind of, I don't know if I would say single wise, but these guys also had the individual goals of wanting to be NXT champions. Like, both these guys have gotten gold on the main roster. I think Austin Theory a little bit more shine than Waller. He even said it. He beat John Cena to become United States champion. Then these guys became tag team champions. Like, that was Grayson's first ever championship on main roster, and I think in WWE. So both these guys have had accomplishments. So they kind of feel like they have a little bit left to prove, because they weren't able to get any championship in NXT, but they are singles championships in NXT. So they kind of had that little bit of hunger left to want to prove. And so it gave them a reason why to be back down there. But all in all, that was a great match. That was a great NXT championship match for how they put it together. And Obafemi is still the top guy, and possibly the future of being one of the top guys in all of WWE.
Well, after this, we got a pretty cool backstage segment of Ariana and Santino meeting Ava to discuss future business, which, of course, I think is going to lead to, of course, the seeds planted for Stand and Deliver at Roadblock. We could possibly be seeing more TNA talent in NXT, which will be exciting. But moving on to the main event, they gave it to the ladies, and much deserved. It was for the NXT Women's Championship. The champion Julia defending against Roxanne, Bailey, and Cora Jade, Roxanne doomed immediately because she's dressed in white.
Of
Uh,
course.
Corey Graves said, Roxanne would love to be the one to send this horsewoman to the glue factory. That was fucking hilarious. Corey Graves, I love you on NXT commentary, buddy. Communication and timing were off a few times between Julia and Bayley during this match. It was fun to see the dynamic between Roxanne and Cora.
Yeah.
Roxanne shined bright like a diamond here. Cora's titties begging to break out of her top.
Yeah, buddy.
Great match. Everyone had the upper hand at one point, but the snow plow on Roxanne gets Julia the win and retain. Stephanie comes out and joins Julia to celebrate, but the night wasn't over because hit the sirens. The
Damn right.
juggernaut, Jordan Grace, also comes out with I mean, we're so spoiled with this fucking talent on this
Yeah.
roster and NXT. I can't wait to see the future. They planted all kinds of seeds tonight. I gave this one 7 pretzels as well. I was pretty harsh tonight on this fucking pay-per-view, but
Yeah.
I was in a funk. But yeah, 7 pretzel sticks.
That
What did
sounds
you
like a you
think?
problem.
It was a me problem. Sticks, what did you think of the main event, the women delivering as the women do?
Yeah, this is my beer cheese match of the night. I gave this 8 in the beer cheese. These women were out here before. The thing I liked in the beginning, Julia was like, "Hey, fucking you 3 women go at it. I'm gonna take a seat here on the turnbuckle. You
A
girls,
siesta, if you want to
yeah,
call it.
yeah. I'm gonna grab some fucking spicy fucking top ramen, and I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna watch you girls put the work in. I'll come in when I need to, and then I'll start dictating how this goes." I thought that was a great way to kick off the match. You knew the fireworks in this match was going to be great. You had all the right proponents in it. Like the announcer said, you had 3 generations of NXT women's division in one match, and it showed. It was this showed why WWE, let alone NXT, has the best and the deepest women's division in all pro wrestling. We talked about this with them having an agreement now of TNA, who I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I think TNA has the second best women's division in all pro wrestling. To allow those 2 companies to link up, which has brought us to, like what you said happened after the match, and which we saw with a working relationship. It allows 2 companies with great women's divisions to mix and match, to be able to have some show up here, some show up there. Hey, maybe, you got so and so that's contracts coming up. We love her. She's worked with us. She's an ultimate, constant professional. She'll fit in seamlessly here in our women's division. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But this match was great. The moving parts. Were there a little bit of miscommunication? Yeah, but I mean, with more participants in a match, you're gonna get that here and there. But the action was non-stop. You had Bayley, who just showed up. And so, like Corey and like even Booker were saying, she's here to steal the spotlight. She don't want to allow her other women co-workers to have their shine. But also, like what Corey said to Book. Hey, Book, what'd you say about checks and championships? You ain't gonna not show up and not try to get a championship and collect a check. So Bayley, hey, if she somehow gets her way into a championship match, you think she's gonna say, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm main roster now. I'm cool, just kind of hanging out here." Oh, you're gonna give me an NXT Women's Championship opportunity? Yeah, I'm gonna take it. And she took it and she ran with it. She looked great. Roxanne is trying to make history or something. I mean, she did. I think, didn't she tie or break the mark that Asuka had for most appearances for PLE for, I think, women? They said that beginning of the match. She was looking to make another record in that. Cora's back on the warpath. She's had some injuries that has set her career back. Now she's going all or nothing. She's going all in. She can get a chance, she's going to. She's
And
showing up on
different.
TNA.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
showing up on TNA. She wants Masha Slamovich. Oh, I can wrestle for the NXT Women's Championship. Hell, why not? Put me in there. And then you got Julia. Julia, who is still showing that she's got something proof. She's champion. She beat the Prodigy. But she doesn't want anybody to say that that was a fluke. She wants to be, okay, I'll take on everybody and anybody. And so we had that 4 combustible elements, 3 women's eras of NXT all together. Great match. The action was nonstop. The false finishes, the counters, all that. I mean, this was greatly placed on the match card for this. You had to get all the other stuff out of the way, because this was going to be a lot of stuff happening in this match, and a lot of stuff did get you had a match where you had to get your pee break out of, because you didn't want to see, that type of match in February. And what's also common on this, if Master Michaels would have had 3 straight matches where 3 straight ninjas lost in February, riots across the nation. I know one man that would have drove right down. He probably would have stopped at DC on his way down to Florida to burn 2 places down. I know a man, a tripod brother, that would have burned his way from DC down to Florida, and his ass would have made sure that Cut Wiz got that goddamn building burnt down too, because just for the fact that would have been the cherry on that cake. That would have been like, I'm down here in Florida. Fuck fuck the PC and Master Michaels. You fucked me over how many times? I'm fucking Cut Wiz up too. Fuck that shit. But all in all, great match. Afterwards, like you said, they had the two women's champions. That was great. That would have been great. You had a new champion and the current champion retained. But then you had a woman who has been on the higher ups. Her stock has been climbing. And she was a free agent, now newly signed. It was just a matter, where was she going to debut? Is she main roster? She put her time in NXT. She showed she'd go in NXT. She'd been in the Royal Rumble. She showed she'd go with the girls in the Royal Rumble. So where was she going? She comes out wearing a We Are NXT t-shirt. Thick motherfucking mama pump herself shows up wearing that. Oh, this bitch is in NXT and she's here to do business. So who's she going to go for? I mean, could she go for the NXT Women's Championship? Maybe. But maybe she wants to work her way up. Maybe she sees that she could put on some matches of Stephanie Vacourt. I wouldn't disagree with that whatsoever. So she put 2 champions on notice to say, hey, I'm here. You hear that siren go off? Your ass is going to be in it. I thought it was a great way to end NXT match-wise and then segment-wise afterward. Master Michaels is cooking. Even in February, this man's putting that work in February, putting on a great show. I mean, had some sketchy spots here and there. He's able to tread the waters. And all in all, I thought Vengeance Day was a great NXT PLE heading into Stand and Deliver.
I'm glad you brought up Cut Wiz Sticks, because I forgot to mention before Trick went out there for his strap match, motherfucker was getting his fade, he's getting his beard, he's getting trimmed up. So he brought the Cut Wiz guys to DC to get them trimmed up. So Cesar could have got 2 birds with 1 stone right there, Sticks.
Did you guys watch SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mello was getting a cut too. Did you not see that? He's getting a cut backstage. Yeah, he's gonna cut backstage. Yeah, he don't go to Cut Wiz no more, because that nigga know how to burn that shit down to the fucking ground. Country ass nigga.
Well, Cesar, we had a main event with the NXT Women's Championship on the line. What did you think?
Yeah, this was my beer cheese match of the night as well, gentlemen. I gave this an 8 and a beer cheese. I was thoroughly entertained. There was a couple of misses with Miss Bailey, but maybe she just, She can't keep up with these young broads no more because these young broads is crazy. They're more athletic. Generation after generation, they get better. They get more dangerous. They get more crazy. And that's what happens in these type of matches. But still, the match was so good and so entertaining by all four women. You can let botches go and it still be the match of the night or still be entertaining. I thought this was a great match. Now, I didn't have any like precaution to say that Julia was going to lose. So I thought Julia was going to win and she was going to come out. But yeah, Miss Roxanne came out wearing that white, the kiss of death. And she pinned that bitch again. You know what I'm saying? She pinned her for the title. She pinned her in the four-way. And then Bailey just gonna go back to Raw, and then Cora Jade, she can go back to TNA or NXT and do whatever she got to do. And yeah, obviously Roxanne's gonna go to Raw. And from the bullshit I seen on Instagram, she about to be on Raw for a good amount of time. So anyway, no, I thought this was a real great match. I thought it was real great stories with all four ladies. Yeah, like you Stick said, all four of them were in control at one point. They were all doing the thug thizzle and all getting it over and doing it big. And that's what you want when you book a four-way match and you want to see, somebody pull it out. And then yeah, Miss Julia pulled it out because she is a beautiful madness and she's running the show right now, and I thought it was really, really good. And then yeah, I wasn't mad either when Stephanie McCurry came out because Stephanie told her the week before, like, "Yo, I'm winning this North American Championship, and then there's only one way to go. There's only one spot to go." She's like, I know winning this will put a target on my back, but I still can improve, and you got to respect that hustle." And then yeah, then Jordan Grace comes out there, the sirens hit. And with the "We Are NXT" old school logo shirt, it's saying, "Yeah, bitch, I'm here too, and I'm gonna do my shit and do my thug thizzle, and I'm coming probably after you, and then after that, like you said, coming after her, I'm coming after you, and I'm gonna do the thug thizzle, and I'm gonna get it in, and I'm gonna be in Royal Rumbles and fucking whatever it is, and I'm gonna get to cooking. So just be on the lookout. And yeah, we're gonna keep it going and we're gonna keep that shit going. But no, I thought it was a great match between everybody. Everybody got their shit in. Everybody got their good time. And it was the main event. And I thought it should have been the main event because this was the best story cooking. And yeah, I gave it 8 in the beer cheese as well. I was thoroughly entertained by this match. I was sports entertained. I was wrestling entertained. I thought this was a really good match, even with the few botches that it was in there. But no, it was a really good match, and I was like, hell yeah, this deserved to be the main event.
I think last year's Vengeance Day, I shit all over it because it was very lackluster. I remember it was either last year or the year before, but this year, great. It was a great PLE.
I
Only
think it
one
was last year
lull
because it
there.
was like Trick and
Yeah, oh, there was only one lull this year with the strap match with Trick, but I mean, it's with Trick, it's hit or miss.
yeah.
But we've
No, but
come back.
I think it was Trick and Dragonoff, and then like fucking Carmelo was in the ring or something.
Yeah, something like that happened. But
Yeah.
until next time, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and check out APPW, as all 6 of you, I'm sure, will, hopefully. But until then, we do what we do best here on the tripod, and we give that big ups to Stallion Pete.